And welcome everybody to a exciting Valentine's edition. I want to say happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. Hope you had a chance to at least go out. If you are sitting at home, I hope you're drinking wine, beer, champagne, and eating a whole tub of ice cream. Today we got a bunch of famous people in the house. We've got Ken Bosak in the house. Hey Ken, what's going on, brother? We've also got Lisa. Lisa's here. There she is, our Australian beauty. And River, there she is, super famous Lisa. Lisa should be on here in just a second. Hey, happy Valentine's Day to you, Lisa. Gorgeous Lisa in the house. She will be here in America, in LA, in March. So she's going to be in town March. Hopefully I can try to meet up with her and Wendy. Her and Wendy are going to be at a meetup, I believe, in LA on the 15th of March. Great chance to go out and see Lisa. If you guys have any questions for Lisa, she's in the chat also right now. Yes, so Lisa is also the sister of Craig. So she's the sister of Craig, right? I just did a podcast yesterday, Lisa, and with Coin Tribune. You got to check it out. I talked a lot about SV and your brother. You're going to have to give him the clip about your brother. Right, you're gonna have to come give him. You're gonna have to. I'll send you the YouTube clip, the podcast clip. You're gonna have to tell your brother to fast forward and listen to the chat about him. So listen, let's get this started off with a couple of hot news articles right now. So we have the first thing I want to go over is. So I want to just go over this JP Morgan cryptocurrency thing. Okay, just already in the news right here, right? So you've got JP Morgan just launched their own cryptocurrency. Okay, so let's just start off with this, okay? I want to say, I told you so. Okay, I'm going to hand out a big giant can of I freaking have told everybody this. I've been telling everyone this as for so long. I said, you guys, you don't realize I just did this. It's on the podcast I did yesterday. You've got to go listen to the podcast. It'll be out, and I swear to God, I just went over this. Listen, banks are never going to allow plebes to have anything to do with their ecosystem. It is flat out, it's not going to happen, people, right? It's not going to happen. Anyone can build a cryptocurrency. You guys, we have people out there making like Alex Coin and all of these, like Linda Coin. I mean, you've got 18-year-old, 20-year-old kids making cryptocurrency, right, in their basement. And my thing is, I've been saying this forever. What you don't understand is that money talks. And these guys can go out and buy all the devs they want. They've got all the money in the world. They've got all these deep, endless pockets. And I said this on the podcast last night. You can't fight the big money, right? You can't fight the big money. Now, that's good and that's bad, and we're going to go over that in just a second, the good and the bad of big money, right? But for right now, what you all need to understand is that you're going to have, listen, PayPal is going to have a cryptocurrency. They're going to do it. Are they going to allow you to buy? No, a blockchain. They're going to have a blockchain in which they will use to transmit funds from one place to another. Will they allow you to buy that? The answer is fuck no. Okay? If you wanted to buy into JP Morgan's ICO, right? You had to buy into their ICO. It's a complete, trust me, those guys do everything by the book, right? JP Morgan's got one. And I know Craig's got the patent on whatever they're trying to do. But the point is that they will figure out a way to do something, all it comes down to is transfer time, right? One of the most beautiful aspects of cryptocurrency is the speed of cryptocurrency, right? Is the transaction time that it takes to move large amounts from of securitized buckets of whatever it is you want to send from point A to point B. They can do it in a very quick time, right? And this is important. This is important for banks. It's important for a lot of the financial industries out there. It's going to be important for just sending mass data transfers, right? So what you have to understand is that anyone can make a cryptocurrency, okay? Anyone can do it. And I keep telling people there's going to be a PayPal cryptocurrency. There's going to be an Amazon cryptocurrency. There's going to be a freaking a Western Union cryptocurrency or blockchain, right? It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and we're all, there's nothing we can do. You just got to buy the stock. I mean, J.P. Morgan stock shot up today, right? J.P. Morgan stock, great. Let's go take a look at their stock. J.P. Morgan, here we can pull it up on our chart, right? We can pull up a J.P. Morgan chart right here. Let's go, right? New chart. Okay, come on. Ooh, slow computer today. Not good. I should have restarted my computer. Ooh, that's not good. JP Morgan. Was it JPM? Is it JPM? Morgan Chase U.S. Stock Exchange, right? So what do we got here? 12-hour. Look at this. This is the 12-hour. Boom. Got this nice little pump out here, right? Trust me, this beautiful little pumpski-wumpski here is from them launching their own little cryptocurrency, right? Did somebody have a little inside information? Wink, 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 right? Of course someone did, right? You went from $90 to $102, $10 gain, almost a $14 gain there on their news of this, the cryptocurrency. And trust me, people have known that this was coming. Look at it's kind of making a little bit of a double top right there for JP Morgan. I would be careful in JP Morgan stock. Now, you did fall back down. I don't do securities, but just simply looking at this chart, that kind of looks like a double top to me. Fell down into support right there. Got a little pop out of support. But listen, JP Morgan stock, I mean, clearly got a little pump today out of this news, and I think it probably would have gone lower if it wasn't. But just such a big thing to come out that it's, listen, this is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. This helps us as an ecosystem legitimize cryptocurrency and blockchain, and it's spreading into the bigger, greater financial institutions, which is good. Do not look at this as a negative. I saw all of this negative press on it. All these people, F you, JP Morgan, F you, screw you. Guys, that's not what we want to do. We want to be out there thanking JP Morgan for bringing cryptocurrency into oh my God, dude, you're killing me there. All right. So you've got to remember, you've got to thank JP Morgan for bringing cryptocurrency to the masses for us, right? This is great news for us. Now, now that we're over with this, so first, this should not be a negative. It should be a positive for all of us. How long have all of us been telling the world about crypto and about blockchain and about the benefits of it? And finally, you have JP freaking Morgan. Come on, guys. This is like telling Jesus that the bread is better at your restaurant, and then he shows up to try your bread, right? I mean, come on. I mean, what more does your restaurant is going to blow up, right? It's like Jesus was here. He was trying our fish and our bread at our place. Right? I mean, that's amazing. It's no different. You got Jamie Dimon for God's sakes, Jamie Dimon is like Jesus in the financial industry, in the financial markets, in the world, dude. That guy shows up, says something, stocks literally crash. Companies die when he says things negative about them, okay? If he wants to kill you, he will kill you, right? Listen, it's this simple, right? We just had Jesus come in and eat bread from our table, okay? We had Jesus come in and eat bread for our table. and he is praising our bread. He says, yeah, you guys, this is some damn good bread, right? And he loves our bread and our fish, right? So all of us should be thankful to Jamie, right? Jamie was the biggest hater of cryptocurrency. Now he's got his own. Welcome to the dark side, brother Jamie. Welcome to the dark side is all I say, right? That's all I say. And stop the negativity and enjoy the moment of the spotlight that we're going to get from this as we move into the future, right? Everybody thinks that, trust me, guys, people look at the Bitcoin at the Bitcoiners and the maximalists, and they're looking at us going, nah, 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 you guys just got wrecked. Now this helps us in the vindication of the usefulness going forward. All right, so let's go on number 2. So now that we got that out of the way, right, which I think is a huge thing, okay, which is a very big news topic I wanted to talk about. The second news topic that I wanted to talk about was a really good video put out by the RT on gold buying from China, right? They have a really good, here it is, right? So this is a really good article. If you guys get a chance, you guys should really go and take a look at this RT article. Right, you've got this RT article right here, and I'm going to take this article. I'm going to actually go over and drop it in my world economy. This is huge news, and I really think that this is very, very important for Bitcoin because everyone, including all of you, should all believe that Bitcoin is digital gold. It is a stored value of. It is a stored value in a bucket, right? Now, whether that bucket is, and I like to use bucket because there's a bunch of reasons, because our bucket is bleeding at this point, right? But it is a bucket of stored value, no different than gold. The only difference is that gold is less scarce than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a lot more scarce than gold. And if you watch the video, there's actually a great video in this, right? There's a great video on this, and it actually shows all of the how much gold is actually owned by the different countries in the world. And oh my God. So China actually doesn't own that much gold, which is really funny. Back in the 1970s, the US dollar was taken off the gold standard. At that time, that's when we first had our very first debt. So it was our very first debt. Our deficit as we ran is we just started to print money like crazy. So one of the things that's happening is a lot of people, including China, are hedging. Now, why are people hedging? And there's a good gold chart. There's a good gold chart. Where is that? Of the countries that own gold, where is that chart? There's a really good chart on how much gold each company owns. And so the United States government owns 8,000 tons of gold, right? So we're gonna go gold storage in tons by country, right? So we're gonna go gold storage in tons by country. There it is. All right, so that does not show us how much. We want to see one that shows us how much in tons. So there should be a chart here. Of course, we know the U.S. is number 1. Let's see if we got this. Nope. Let's see, where would that be? Oh, let's try here. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. This is good. All right, top 10 countries according to Forbes. All right. Okay, yeah, we got that. We want to see how many tons they hold. Where is the tonnage? Okay, there it is. So Germany's got 33,000 tons. There's the United States. 3,300 tons. The United States has 8,000 tons of gold. All right, so here's what you need to do. You need to understand that the United States has so much gold. We could literally, we've got trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in gold. People don't realize that, right? Look, there's Switzerland with 1,000. Get this, there's Switzerland's got 1,000 tons of gold. There's Japan with 700, Netherlands with 600, India with 500, right? China actually has, I believe China right now, there's their number 6 right there. So they're number 6. I believe China's got like 1,200 tons. No, they just bought like 1,200 tons of gold. So the thing is that you have to understand what these countries are doing. A lot of these countries, like Russia's buying up gold, China's buying up gold, they're trying to hedge themselves versus a coming debt bubble. Okay, that's exactly what they're trying to do. We have too much debt. I believe the world debt right now, we just got the U.S. debt clock from Journey, right? Oh, very good. That's exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for a world debt clock. So the world debt, I believe, is at $244 billion right now. We've got a massive amount. Of debt in the world, and everybody is hedging right now. Versus, they're hedging themselves with gold. Okay, so there's really only a few options out there in which people historically hedge. And so number one is property. Property is always good. Let me tell you what, property in the future, I believe water. Water is going to be a huge thing as we go into the next, I would say as we move into the next 20 to 50 year range. I'd say 2 to 5 decades from now, water will become worth as much as, it'll be expensive. It'll be like a gallon of gas is right now. Right, so I'd say water is going to be a hedge coming up that people aren't really going to be ready for. But gold is a hedge, property is a hedge. Those are both very good hedges versus fiat. Okay, so versus fiat, those are both excellent hedges. And I want everybody to understand that another new form of hedging is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin will become a great hedge. Now, do I think all the different cryptocurrencies will be? No, I don't think all the cryptocurrencies will be. I think it's just going to come down to a very limited amount of cryptocurrencies will be a good hedge. All right, so now we've gone over two things. JP Morgan coming to the dark side, joining us to the dark side, which is a beautiful thing. Now we see, now why would Jamie Dimon be doing this? Why would he be coming to the dark side right now, right? You got to think about that, right? Innovation, speed, technology. There's a lot of reasons. You got it. He's starting to drink the Kool-Aid a little bit. There's a lot of reasons why he's coming over to the dark side right now. And I truly think that one of the most important things that he's looking at Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a hedge play right now. So especially as all of these countries, listen, if you think that you know some shit, right? You need to step back and understand that there's guys that are playing with trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. And these guys are the market makers. They are the market movers in the world. And Jamie Dimon is one of those. And those are the governments. There's a lot of governments in the world. There's a lot of people who really move the markets. So you've got to watch China. China, man, listen, the Chinese are solid business people. They know what the hell's going on. And they're afraid, and I have been telling everybody that the RMB is continuing. It's going to really suffer because China cannot keep up the growth that it's been experiencing over the last decade, actually about 20 years now. And the Chinese RMB is going to start to fall off. Now, the US dollar is strong right now, and it's going to continue to be strong. And the weaker the world economy gets, the stronger the US dollar gets. And the only thing we've really got to be worried about is how bad it actually gets out there. But the US dollar is going to remain strong for quite a while. It's going to be very hard to crash the US dollar. I know a lot of people are talking about it. I know a lot of people have been talking about crashing the US dollar for decades now. And it's very difficult because people use the US dollar to hedge. People from around the world. Remember, we just talked about what you hedge into. You hedge into property, you hedge into gold. Now you have cryptocurrency. And in the future, you're going to have water, right? So water rights. So as we move down this path, this timeline, right, you have to understand that the debt right now makes fiat, especially U.S. fiat, it puts it on shaky ground is what it does. It puts it on very shaky ground. But countries and people who have a lot of money all over the world are dumping their money into the U.S. dollar, which keeps U.S. dollar growing strong. All right, now, last thing we're going to talk about is back. All right. So people want to know, when is the bottom going to be in? Okay? When is the bottom going to actually be in? When do you think, Vamp, the bottom's in? When, Moon Sir? Something we are asked all the time. Right? The thing that's needed right now in the space, and I've talked about this, there's really 4 fundamental things that need to happen in the space, right? So we got 4 fundamental things that need to happen. And let's go over here. We're going to make a really quick post, okay? So we're going to so there's 4 fundamental things that need to happen here, right? 4 right? 4 fundamental things that need to happen for a bull market, right? So number 1, we all know it's adoption, right? I mean, the key is adoption, right? Adoption is so important to the ecosystem as a whole. People have to believe, right? And when I say adoption, I mean use case, right? Actual use case. Right, it is so huge, right? We just don't have any right now, right? I would say right now we're probably 5% total use case, right? Of all the cryptos, we got 5%, right? Yes, Overlong, you're correct. China is playing the long game. You're absolutely correct. Okay, so number 1, adoption, use case. 5% of what we have going on right now is truly all that's being used, right? We're using Bitcoin as a store of value. Everything else is speculation except for BNB, which is being used. It's a coupon. Dude, people, BNB is a coupon. It's an amazing coupon. You buy BNB, you get 20% off your trading fees. It's a fucking coupon. It's a genius coupon, but it's a coupon. It's actually being used, right? So we have almost 0, it's such a low percentage of actual use case, right? So number 2 is really, we need someone needs to go to jail, right? And I'm talking Tether, right? I'm talking Tether or an exchange, right? Someone needs to go to jail. Somebody needs to go to like real jail, like get locked up, like helicopters flying in, arresting somebody for wash trading, for counter trading, for manipulation of exchanges, for wash trading, for just, I mean, I can't even tell you, just for all the shady shit that is being done in crypto space, right? Number 3, we need regulation or limits on exchange fees, right? We need, this is the number, dude, listen to me. This is the number 1 drain on liquidity. This is the number 1 drain on liquidity for all of crypto, right? It's not you losing money. It's not me losing money, being donkeys and getting wicked out and getting wrecked. It is the exchanges draining us, draining us, draining us every single day of millions, millions and millions of dollars every single day, right? Every single day. Millions and millions and millions of dollars are getting drained out of the ecosystem, and they're not being put back into Bitcoin. $1.4 billion was made by Coinbase. Do you think they bought one fucking Bitcoin? Do you really think that they went out and bought one Bitcoin? Hell no, they did not. They did not go out and buy any damn Bitcoin. You know what? They went out, they bought some Lambos, they bought another mansion. They bought, they're hiding their money. Dude, they're setting themselves up to sell. They're paying themselves billions. Yeah, yachts and Lambos. And dude, these guys are not reinvesting back into the ecosystem. 100%. Do you think of the $400 million? Do you think of the $400 million that was made by CZ just last year? $400 million in a bear market. $400 million was made by those guys in a bear market. Do the math, people. That's it's like something million dollars a day, like $1.1 million a day in trading fees. $1.1 million every single damn day was drained out of the ecosystem. Do you think they need $400 million to run Binance? No. No, they don't. Do you think they're out there buying Bitcoin? No. If anything, they were out there taking all the free tether that was being given to them by Phoenix, and it was completely free with nothing, with no, just here you go. Pump the market, do whatever you want, make that volatility. Exchanges make their money off of volatility. When we don't have volatility, people don't trade. They needed the volatility. They used Tether to create the volatility all through that dead period we had when they held us up at the 6,000. All that money that was pumped into the market by Tether, all of the manipulation that we had, they did that to make money, to force you to trade the volatility. That's how they make money. All right, listen, I'm never going to be mad at somebody for making money. Never going to be mad at them for making money. But when you gouge people, okay, that becomes an issue. They're draining and hurting the ecosystem as a whole. They are hurting our ecosystem. They're hurting Bitcoin. They are not helping. They're out there like, oh, we're doing so much for Bitcoin. Bullshit. You're making a ton of money. Just don't lie. At least don't lie to me to my face like that as you're screwing me without any lube from the backside. It's Valentine's Day. Throw me a kiss. Pull my hair. Spank my ass. Something. Right? They're giving us nothing. Just raw dog in the market, right? $400 million. What have you given back? Oh, good job pumping BTT. How much money did you make on that? Right? Oh my God. Seriously. They just pumped, CZ and Justin just pumped shilled BTT. Right? God bless them. God bless them. And I taught, dude, wait till you guys hear the podcast I just did last night. They asked me, what are the top 5 coins that you're going to look to hold in 2019? Here was my answer. Anything that Justin or CZ pump. BNB. I am BNB. Right? BNB. Anything that Justin takes a hold of and pumps. It's that simple. Yeah. It is. You want to know what I look for? The very first thing I look for when people say, well, what do you think about this project? What do you think about that project, Vamp? The first thing I say is, who the hell's shilling it? Who the hell is shilling this project? Because if it's somebody good shilling the project, I'm all in. Right? I'm all in. Right? If you got, dude, listen, if you have Project A, BTT, which had absolutely nobody doing nothing and there wasn't shit going on. And all of a sudden, the same shitty project with the same shitty nothing and the same shitty nothing going on, all of a sudden gets taken over by Justin. And Justin starts tweeting about it and shilling it. And the same shitty project goes to the moon. You have to look at yourself and say, I mean, what changed? Right? And this goes like, it's like if you were to get into a relationship, a really bad, ugly relationship with a female, because that's the only thing I can understand. Sorry, Lisa. For Lisa, it would be a male. And you get into a really shitty relationship. And then 6 months later, you think that you're going to get back into that really shitty relationship and shit's going to change? Wow. I mean, you got another something coming. It's not. 10 years later, I might give it to you. But if you're going to open that door back up 6 months later, you're just going to get shit on again. Okay? Nothing has changed with BTT. Nothing. Right? Except Justin out there pumping the coin. And God bless him. Top 5 coins I want to hold 2019. Anything Justin, anything CZ pump and push and shill. There it is. That easy. Right? That's simple. Now, let's get to number 4. And the fourth most important thing that we need to happen in the entire ecosystem, right? It's very simple, right? We need the ETFs. We need ETFs and backed, right? And this is it. This is where the big money comes from. Right? This is the big money. This is where the hedge funds and the investment bankers and everybody can get into the market, right? It's that simple. It's that simple. Right? This is the big money. And guess what just happened? Guess what just happened, people? It got delayed. Right? Everybody's out there going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is going to be, you know, the backed is coming and it's going to be huge and ETFs are coming and it's going to be huge. And yes, I agree to all of that. Right? I agree to all of that. But for some reason, these guys who own backed, who is owned by the same people who run the NASDAQ, postponed their launch date. Doesn't that, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Right? You have to sit and wonder, why would somebody so well connected with such immensely deep pockets postponed the launch date of the backed of their futures exchange, right? That has raised $1 billion. It raised $1 billion, right? Unbelievable. They have dumped $20 million, right? They have raised, right? They have raised an insane amount. Look, they plan to spend $200 million on back this year, and a whopping $1 billion, right, or so has been spent on funding initiatives. $1 billion. Insane. Right? Do you think that these guys are spending $20 million on something and a whopping $1 billion or so? Right? And do you think that these guys don't know what the hell's going on? Do you think these guys don't personally sit down and have lunch with the people over at the SEC? Right? And say, hey, what do you think? What's going on? Right? How can we make this? And we've talked about this in my video. Right? We've talked about this in my video that I went over. And in my last video, it says, where is the bottom? How do we know when the bottom is in? Right? And it all comes down to control. And these people don't want to be you and me, because you and me for the last year have gotten bent over and just railed from the backside without the Vaseline, without the spanking, without the pulling the hair, without nothing, without a kiss goodbye. We have just gotten absolutely the shaft, right? I mean, everything balls deep for the last year, from exchanges, from manipulation, from Arthur Hayes, these insane wicks. I mean, it has been an unbelievable beating that we have taken for the last year, right? And these people don't want to have the same beating. These guys are not going to go into this market if they think that they're going to get treated like a bunch of bitches, right? They're not going to put up with it. So they are waiting for something. They are waiting for some catalyst to occur that's going to change something fundamentally, right? Something has got to change. And that thing that's going to change is the hammer. And trust me, people, the hammer is coming, right? They are not going to get into this market unless they have control, right? You have two ways for them to get control right now. Two ways. Way number one, helicopters fly in, arrest a bunch of freaking idiots, guys from Tether, somebody from an exchange. I'm talking Kraken, just Jesus Lord, Kraken on the top of the list, Arthur Hayes, even Binance, right? I'm sorry, CZ, dude, if they find you, allowing manipulation using Tether on your exchange, you're in trouble, buddy. You're in a lot of trouble, right? And the top of the list should be Phoenix. Top of the list should be Phoenix. Phoenix should be the one at the very tippity top of that list. And listen, something is going to happen. Now, that's number one. That's one way that this can change. The second way is that we drop down far enough that these big players, this big money, right? You get down to the $1,000 mark and you start to loosen up those big giant bags of those big whales, right? You get them to open their bags up and give control over. He who controls the most Bitcoin wins the game. He who controls, and this is a fact, people, this is a fact. If you hold the most of any coin, I don't care what shit coin it is, right? I don't care how shitty the shit coin it is. If you control the most of that shit coin, you control the market on it. You can pump and dump that market at will, right? You have the ability to pump and dump that market at will. And he who controls the most Bitcoin wins. And these banks, these investors, these big investment companies are not going to stick their toes in the water until one of these two things occurs. Either they get control and they buy up all the bags, right? And they own the majority of Bitcoin that's out there. There's only 21 million Bitcoin, right? And how many of it's been lost? 4 million? That leaves like 17 million Bitcoin out there. Right? Honestly, it's a math question, people. These people control $100 trillion. $100 trillion. All they have to do is buy up. If the problem is, they just need to get those people to dump their bags. They need to buy up. Well, what is it? Let's call it 11 million. I would say if there's only 17 million Bitcoin out there, right? If there's 17 million Bitcoin, they really need to buy up like 8 million, right? 8 million Bitcoin. Let's say they can get down and start draining the ecosystem. Let's say they can get way down there, right? To 1,700, right? If they can get down to 1,700, 1,700 on the Bitcoin. So if they can get down to 1,700, and they need how many? God, they need, Jesus Christ, they need 7 million Bitcoin. That's like 1.5 trillion, right? Is it 1.5 trillion or 1.5 billion? It's a lot. Okay? It's a lot. But they can easily put together that money. And they need let's call it 8 mil BTC. All right, let's see if I can get this on here. There we go. So they need 8 million BTC is what they need. These guys need to be able to buy up 8 million BTC. It might be 18, let's call it, 8 is 16, that's 40%. They need to own at least 40% of the B. It's a little over 40. It's like 45% of the Bitcoin that's existing. They need to have that much control of the marketplace before they will jump in. And trust me, people, they will let this flounder. They will throw out as much FUD as possible. They will do anything they need to. And trust me, a helicopter lands and starts arresting some people for some shit like Tether and an exchange, and everybody will panic, right? Because the first thing the U.S. government will do is they will shut down that exchange, right? Don't believe me? Don't think they won't shut down the exchange? You don't think that the U.S. government will shut down Binance? Do you think that U.S. government will shut down Bitfinex? Anybody? Do you think they will? Anybody think that the U.S. government can shut down Binance or Bitfinex? Anyone? Right? Maybe you've forgotten one fox. Right? Maybe you've forgotten. Right? Oh, closed. One fox is closed. Fuck yeah. Dude, if you don't think they can close down your exchange, here you go. There's one fox. It's closed. They can do whatever they damn want. You think that Malta is going to save these guys? You really think that the country of Malta is going to save someone? You have got another thing coming. That's right. They took control of their domain. Do you know who controls the internet? Do you guys know who controls the internet? Do you really, for 1 minute, think that the United States government doesn't have control of the internet? Oh, hell no. Hell no. The United States government has control of the internet, right? We're the ones who invented it. We're the ones who created it. You don't think that they won't go out there and shut down their site? They will seize that site like you don't even know they'll shut that site down, right? They will close that site down faster and you won't even know. They'll give a warning. They'll allow you a little bit of time to take your money off the exchange. But do you know what'll happen? Do you know what'll happen if all of a sudden, right? Do you know what'll happen all of a sudden if Bitfinex, if somebody at Finex, the Finex site got shut down by the U.S. government? What do you guys think would happen? What do you think would happen? People would lose their damn minds, right? People would lose their damn minds. And they would be like, oh, shit. Now, there's a good and a bad. You know, as people are dumping their Bitcoin, it's going to make it a hell of a lot cheaper for all of us, right? Because people are going to be dumping Bitcoin to fiat as fast as they can, right? If they go after an exchange, which I still think is coming, right? And the SEC just today won another battle, right? I don't know if you guys saw that. The SEC today just won another battle, right? Where was that? Let's go to the SEC news here. Let's go to Twitter. Oh, yeah, we already got Twitter. All right, let's go to SEC. Right, the SEC today just won another case on, what was it? Where's it at? Where's it at? What was it called? Which one was it? No, what? Yeah, well, yeah, dude, yeah, that's a shady one also. What was the one? It was BitWest or something like that. Anybody see that today in the news? I can't find it. Where is it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? It was just today. Where is it at? No. They won the case. Did anybody see that where they just won the case against that? Where is it? Let me find it. Yeah, Cryptopia 2. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let's Google. We're going to go to Google here. SEC. I think it was SEC versus BitWest. I think it was. BitVest. Is that what it was? God, what was it? Damn it. Yeah. I think this might have been it. No. Damn it. What was it? What was the name of that today? Did anybody see that today? Crypto. Ooh. I didn't even see this today. Why? Yeah, well, this guy's an idiot. SEC seeking to stifle decentralized exchange. Dude, the best thing that can happen is for this to happen. I don't even know what this guy's talking about. This is exactly what we need. This is exactly what we need. Right? This is exactly what we need to happen in crypto. We need them to stop the manipulation. Right? It's that simple. So as we go forward, peoples, all I have to say is we just have a simple 4-step process that needs to happen before we can attain a bull market. Right? Bull. And let's find a nice bull. There we go. Nice dancing bull. And these are the very simple 4 fundamental things that I believe need to happen before we get a true bull market. I know a lot of people are calling for a bottom here. I know a lot of people are calling a bottom. And I do also believe that we are very, very close to a bottom. Right? I do believe that we are very, very close to a bottom. And this is the last point I'm going to make before I end this show. Right? We're going to go here. We're going to make a new chart. Okay. So let me show you. This is really all I want. I want to end the show with this one thing. Okay? Now we don't want this. We want USD. And we want Bitstamp. All right. So this is all I've got to say. So this is really what all of you need to be looking at right here. Okay? There is only so much room to the bottom, right? There's only so much room. Come on, where are you at? There it is. We only have a little way to go till we get to the bottom, right? There's not that much room, people. It's really so close. Even if we go all the way down technically to 0, you don't have that far to go. And this is one of the things I was preaching today, is I was saying, listen, if you buy at 2,000, there's 2,000, right? If you buy at 1,000, right roughly there. We only have a little way to go to get down here. So no matter how far you think you can go, you can only go to zero, right? You can only go to zero. Actually, I want to go like that, and I want to go like this, right? You can only run this baby out to zero. That's it. You can't go deeper than zero. This is good for the market. We are so close. The sky is the limit above us. The sky is the limit above us. But you have a basement, and that basement is zero. Right? There is a basement, and it's right there. You can't go lower than zero. They're not going to come to your house and take your shit. Right? They're not. It's not like, oh shit, Bitcoin went below and we're going to come to your house and we're going to take all your shit from you, right? Because you owe us money, because you bought Bitcoin. It's a negative $1,000 right now. When it goes to zero, it's zero. There is so little room left to go down. A lot of people, at this point, anything below 2,000, right? And we had a conversation about this on the podcast, and I've done it in the members area a bunch of times, right? If you ladder down in your position, right? If you ladder down here, you really don't have, if you believe in Bitcoin, right? If you believe in Bitcoin and you believe in cryptocurrency as a whole, right? You know that you only have, it's a mathematical equation. You can only go so low. Right? You can only go down here so far, and then you can't lose, right? You can't lose, right? And now the difference is if you bought in up here, right? If you bought in right here at, what's that, 15K, right? Now you're screwed. You have a lot to lose, right? You have a lot to lose here, right? You have a lot to lose here. Right? You have a lot to lose at 10K. Right? Going from 10K to 2K, you have a shitload to lose. But going from 3K to 0, there's not that much room left that you can actually lose money. Okay? There's not that much room left to lose money. You all need to understand that we only have so far to get down, and we've talked about this. The true bags in crypto are all parked right here. This is where all the money is. All this is where 80% of the BTC is owned. 80% of the Bitcoin is owned between $1,150 and $800. Right? This is where 80% of the total Bitcoin supply is owned. This is it, right? That's where it's all owned right there. This is it. That you get down to here, and that's where the big chunk of all the Bitcoin is owned. It's owned right there, right? You don't have far to go to get down there. You literally, we're at $3,500 right now. We're at $3,500. You are $2,000 away from that mark. You're $2,000 away from this mark right here, which is not that far. Okay, $2,500, right? If you really want to get down to the $1,000 mark, you're $2,500 away. Now, you can get greedy, right? And wait to get all the way down to the bottom. I truly think that I know a lot of people say $1,000 is coming. Right? But I still think we're going to, some serious shit's going to have to happen to get us down to $1,000. Some serious shit's going to have to happen. I still think a wick down into this 2K area, maybe a wick like below 2K, it'll shake out a lot of the hands that are holding this 80%. And then we'll start to see some serious sideways action. And I know, I know everybody thinks we're going to have a boomerang out of here. We're not going to have a boomerang out of here until we see, hold on. So it's going to go like this. Rare, 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 rare. And then let me tell you what's going to happen. And then you're going to get backed, and ETFs, then moon. Right? And that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to get backed an ETF. And in fact, what will happen is you're going to get pre-moon from insiders. Right? You're going to be looking for the pre-moon from insiders somewhere over here. And once this goes, you're going to really see all the money pour into the market. And then you're going to finally get to see this, right? Now, is it going to go to an all-time high overnight? No, it's not. It's going to take time, right? It's going to take some time. But in order for that to happen, if you want to know what date it's going to come, listen, it will happen. So this will happen 30 days before the actual announcement, right? So people will start, you'll see it. It'll be 30 days before the announcement. Some insider information is going to be like, hey, we're going to launch back at whatever day, November, December of 2019. And 30 days before that, it's going to be like, things are going to start to take off. People are going to start accumulating Bitcoin. And then once it gets launched, it's going to be, we're going to get this kind of a thing, but it's going to play out. And it could play out, it could take longer. It could be, the end of 2019, which they've postponed back to, could be all the way into early 2020. All right. And this is what my thunking is. And I still think somewhere in here, someone has to get their shit pushed in. Right? Somewhere in here, someone has to get their shit pushed in. Right? I don't care who it is. It's going to be somebody. Right? And exchange or USDT. Right? It's going to be somebody. Somebody is going to get the living bejesus crapped out of them in here. And then as soon as we get this is where it will have a little bit of a market panic, and then people freak out a little bit. And then listen, there's nothing that says we can't go up here and then down here and do the same. You know what I'm saying? Let's back this up. So yeah, so there's nothing that says we can't go like, down a little bit more and then up for a fakey bull move, and then this, right? You got two paths. I really think you got right here, right? The yellow path, of course, will be a huge bull trap, and people will get their shit wrecked, and you're not going to go over 45. I'd say 4,200 will probably, you might get up in there, 4,200, up into that range, but you won't break 4,500. It'll be there. That'll be it. You'll wick up there, and then everybody will all these bulls will get freaking destroyed. Right? I think these are your two options right here. That's it. All right? So listen, that's it for me, the Vamp. I want to say thank you all so much for being here. It has been my pleasure. Yes, I am happily married. I had a great Valentine's Day. Went out and did Valentine's with the fam. Had fun. And had a good time. We went and had dinner. And for me, I would like to say thank all of you so much for being my Valentine today. So all of you are my Valentine. I love each and every one of you guys. I wish I could give you guys all the little candy kisses. Be mine. I'm sweet on you. Right? I hope all of you have a great night tonight. Go out there. Tell the ones that you love them. Shoot a text message to your mom. Make sure you say happy Valentine's Day to your mom and your dad and everybody else that you guys love out there. I am the Vamp. I'm from Trading Associates, and I am out.